Hello there everyone and welcome to 0 AD Empire's Ascendant. Yesterday my friend sent a link to this game over Steam and I thought since everyone's gonna check it out, why don't I put this on YouTube while I'm at it. So what is 0 AD Empire's Ascendant? It is an historical RTS in very much the classical style, same as Age of Empires. And in some ways similar to that. You probably recognize quite a bit if you've played Age of Empires. Anyways, let's go ahead and set up a game. Right now campaigns are not... yes, I should say this. Campaigns are not in the game yet because it's in alpha stage of development, and also it's free, so you can go ahead and download it without you don't have to pay or anything. So I'll leave a link down in the description so you can download it if you like it. Anyways, let's go ahead and set up a skirmish game. And I've already gone ahead and picked the field here. There's a number of different fields and there's some map types and so on. But I thought very simple skirmish type battle would do. We're gonna go ahead and set the AI though to sandbox, so I can focus on talking about explaining stuff rather than having the enemy chasing down and burning down my buildings. Anyways, let's take a look at the different civilizations you can play as. So as you might already have recognized from the titles or the menu screen, as well as the name of the game, 0 AD, it's classical civilization, so you got the Athenians, the Britons, the Carthaginians, the Gauls, the Iberians, the Macedonians, the Amorreans, the Persians, the Ptolemies, the Romans, the Seleucids, the Spartans. So these are the factions. I'm not entirely sure, they might add more, so and if you have a wonder about any of these civilizations, you can go ahead and click on the information button up here, and then you can get information here. So I think a lot of you might be wondering about the Amorreans, because all the others, if you've played Age of Empires, or if you've played Rome Total War 1 and the 2nd, you probably recognize a lot of these, except for the Amorreans. So you can go ahead and click on the Amorreans, and we can read the history of the Amorreans. And we can read that the Amorrean Empire was the first to rule most of the Indian subcontinent. So it's an Indian faction. They've got some elephants and stuff. They have... I do believe they have a worker elephant. Was it this faction that's got a worker elephant? Or who was that? I can't exactly remember. But anyways, let's go ahead and start. I always like to play as the Romans in all games, so why not pick the Romans? And then we'll fight the Gauls. Right, and without further ado, let's go ahead and start the game. Where are you going? You stay over here. So one of the things about this game is that the soldiers can actually gather food or the resources, which are the standard classical RTS resources: food, wood, stone, and metal. But let's have this Hastati go ahead and get some food. Go ahead and stab that chicken. And then start gathering food from the chicken. At first, when I started playing this, I thought that this was a Roman speciality, that you could use your soldiers to gather wood and food. But that seems to be something that all the factions are able to do. We got some sheep here. We can actually recruit sheep later on. We'll have the two skirmishers, the spear throwers. Let's have them go ahead and start hunting, and they'll go ahead and attack this boar. And then we'll have the women start building some houses for us, because we're gonna need space for people to live, don't we? So let's go ahead and build 2 houses to start off with, because we don't have any more wood after that, so that'll be fine. Let's go ahead and get this sheep back in order. And let's have our scout right out a bit, because there are treasuries hidden on the map, or at least for certain maps, maybe not all of them, but there are small treasuries to be found which gives you extra food and stuff. So it's always good to ride out and discover the territories. Gotta keep an eye on this guy though, because he likes to attack the bears and stuff, and he's not really strong enough to fight back with them. But it looks as though... Oh, here we got the enemy. Let's go ahead and say hello to... Oh, they've got some berry bushes. And here is their civilization. We're not gonna stay here too long and antagonize them. How about you ride over there? Anyways, back to this place. We need more wood. Oh, we got a large formation of stone here. Let's go ahead and have these women start collecting some wood. And now that we have quite a bit of more the population limit is increased to 40 people, we can go ahead and get some more workers in to gather more resources. Oh, the scout is back. Some things that are special to this game compared with other classical RTS is... Oh, you were actually fighting this guy, so go ahead and do that then. As you can see that there are 2 health bars here. Now the first one, the green one, is the actual health bar of the building. When that goes down, the building will collapse and fall in on itself and be destroyed. Oh, there's actually quite a few people. Let's see. Soldier! Stop working that chicken and start stabbing these barbarians. And he's stabbed them. Go ahead and go back to start working those sheep. And how about... Did I just tell the sheep to go ahead and start picking berries? And then we're gonna probably need a bit more wood. Now you only get women out of the as workers, so don't tell Anita Sarkeesian or she'll make a video on this, if she even is making videos anymore. What was I? Yes, the 2 different health bars here, and the blue one is the loyalty health bar, so you can turn buildings back and forth, so you don't have to destroy the enemy's buildings. If you have enough men to surround it, you can turn it into your own building. But depending on what is next to it, it might turn back into enemy control. So you gotta be careful with that, as well as make sure that the men that are trying to take control of the building in question don't get killed in the process of taking over that. Let's see. One other thing is also that the soldiers, they not only can they build buildings, or no, collect resources, they can also build buildings. I'm not since this is alpha, this might change throughout, so I'm not entirely sure if this is a planned feature to be part of this. But right now, the warriors can actually build a lot more stuff than the civilians, because they can build what the civilians can build, and some extra stuff. For instance, the barracks can only be accessed or built by a soldier. Same as for the blacksmith and a number of other military buildings that can be placed. For instance, walls. We've got 2 kinds. We've got city wall, which is stone, and then we've got a palisade or a siege wall. And then we've got a number of other buildings, a market, temple, classical stuff. One new building compared to other is not that one, this one, which is animal husbandry building, where you can recruit sheep. I haven't really tested this more than building sheep, and then you recruit sheep that you can then slaughter for food. So that's how that works. And I think this is a pretty good setup, because this usually takes quite a while when I play games like this, and I don't want to drag this video out forever if you don't like it. This type of game. I have played Cossacks, but that's sort of the my fear has always been not to try to play, or I haven't sort of thought that this would be interesting, because it would drag out, become quite long videos to play these kinds of games. Same with maybe the Universalis games, sort of the EU Force and the like. We've got a lion here. Probably not going to mess with him. Instead, we're going to have these guys go ahead and get rid of the last sheep we have. So, I think... Oh! These women are not doing anything. Let's go ahead and end it here. Not end it here, but I'll do cut here, and then we'll come back once I've actually built some more stuff and built my civilization up a bit. So I'll see you guys then. And we're back. So I've gone ahead and upgraded the town quite a bit, as you can see. We've built a number of buildings. I probably should have done this when I was in the second phase, the second city phase, rather than go ahead and do it in the third. But right now we're in the third. But we haven't built all the third-rate bases yet, or third-rate stuff yet. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the buildings that I've gone ahead and built. First up, we've got the market right here, which is standard stuff. You can go ahead and sell and buy wood and metals and so on, the resources you have. And then you can set up trade routes with these trade carts in between you and your ally. Now, I haven't done this, but I think you can also set this up in between this center and then another one of your own, which I thought we would set up now. We can actually use some of these. We don't need all of them women on that place. So what we're gonna do now, I believe you can do this maybe already on the first stage, but what you can do now is we can build another civic center and claim for, say, this area. So let's go ahead and start this, because this might take a while. And to spin it around the building, you just click and as you put it down, you don't release the button. You just hold it down and then you can spin it around. So we want it facing this way to look nice, and then this will claim this area. So then we've talked about this. Then we've got the temple. Now the Romans have a second special building, which is this temple as well, which helps. You can see you get these things above the buildings, and this helps the morale of the building. So if you're attacking a Roman city, you want to take this down, and if you are Roman, you want to build one of these. Probably I shouldn't have built this. Probably replaces this one, but I'm not entirely sure why you still can build both. Maybe because this one is acquired later on, maybe, now when I think about it. But anyways, you can get a priest. He doesn't Wololo, as far as I know. He just heals. So you can't, or at least with this unit, you cannot convert enemy. I do think there's some civilizations that can do that. I think I've read something about that. And then he heals, and also the building heals, and you can also upgrade this building, so that will heal when they stand next to it. So then we have to talk about those buildings. Then we have the blacksmith, which is pretty straightforward. You go ahead and you upgrade swords and so on, armors, to increase the ability of your troops. Then we have the farm, which is one of the first. It is one of the first building you can build, but I did not build it in the earlier when I showed you, anyways. And you can build these farms around, similar to the Age of Empire ones, but these ones you don't have to rebuild them. You build them once, and then you keep generating food out of them. Then we built this building, which is the coral, which you can recruit cheap. So you spend a little bit of food, 50 food, to get a sheep in this case, and then you have someone come and slaughter it, and then they get food out of that. So you sort of spend food to make food, if that makes sense. We'll see how much you actually get from one of these before we go any further. So you'll get 100, so you double your food there. Then I've gone ahead and built some outposts. These are fully upgraded, which increases their a number of things, but mostly the range of which they can see. A lot of normal buildings and normal units, or at least these civilians, they cannot see very far, so you'll easily can be ambushed by this. So you have to build these. These are essential to keep a vigil over your land, or you have soldiers to guard the area because they see very far as well. Then we have the barracks, which we haven't talked about, and now we gain, unlike the civic center, we gain an extra few units that we can build. In this one we can build the Hastati, the Veles, or Velitas I think it's called in Rome, but it's called Veles here, and then we've got the Equites, or the Roman cavalry, so the Roman skirmish and the Roman swordmen. And then on this one we get the Triarii, or the Triarius as it's called in this, which is the veteran spearmen. And then we get also the Equus Scotius, which is Italian allied cavalry. And as you get further up it, you get one of these champion units. You have two, which is this one, which is, I think, I'm not sure if this was actually what it were called, but it's called Extraordinarius. It sounds like one of those words where you just put extraordinary and then you put Iarius at the end to make it sound Roman. But this might have been an actual thing. And then you have a consular bodyguard as a champion cavalry. And are they done with... Yes, they are done with this. And you can see that we now... We don't have to upgrade this, and we gain the 3rd level territory here. And then we can start build, and we can claim the resources without having claimed the territory like this. But now I can build buildings closer to the resources, so it's easier to claim them or to get them, rather than building something on the edge here and then walking all the way and getting back and forth like that. So we've claimed this, and I'm going to go ahead and build some more buildings. We've got a few that we haven't seen, that I haven't built, which is this one, which is the fortress, which, if we read about it, can train heroes, champion siege weapons. So siege weapons are going to be good if you're going to tear down the barbarians' camp. I haven't actually looked at the heroes at all, so we'll see about getting them done. And then we also have the wonder, which increases the population limit per 10 per wonder, but we can only have one wonder, so I'm not entirely sure why they say that. Glorious expansion, further increase the population limit by 40 per wonder owned, require glorious expansion tech, healing aura, and yes, it does a number of things. Let's look at it. Oh, so it's a giant temple, or at least quite larger than the other one we've built. And then we got the Roman special building, which is the entrenched army camp, And the specialty with this is I can build it anywhere on the map, even in enemy territory. And from this I can construct siege weapons, train citizen soldiers, and it also heals troops next to it. So you can imagine this could be really good, given the fact that soldiers can build stuff. We could march into enemy territory, build this one real close, or even inside enemy territory, recruit troops, and we can easily bring reinforcements up real close on the enemy. So that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and build some buildings, and I'm gonna recruit a bit of an army, and then we'll see about actually, for the last part, go ahead and take down these barbarians. So now we're here for the final part, the war against the barbarians down in Gaul. So I've gone ahead and recruited some troops. We've got quite a few here. We've got 60 men. 60 of the Hastati, or the Histatus as they're called in this. Then we got the Extraordinary, which I've got 20. It says 20, but this cannot be 20, can it? I don't know. And here we got 30 of the Spearmen, or the Triorii. And then we got 30 of the Skirmishers. And then we got the... is this a light cavalry? No, I don't think it is. No, it isn't. It's the normal Italian allied cavalry, which I've got 25. Then we have gone ahead and recruited a hero, which is Scipio Africanus. And he has a bodyguard of 5 consulars bodyguard. And then we got some siege equipment. We got 3 large siege ballistas, and then we got a little Scorpio to bring with us. Right, let's get this army on the move, shall we? And let's see what the barbarians will throw against us. The army marches in column. The cavalry marches first. I like that it automatically moved like this. Scipio is moving first as well, or is supposed to be first. And then as they close in on the target, the line switches up. Although if it weren't so much crap everywhere, maybe they... Why wouldn't they put the skirmisher in front? Scipianus has moved ahead of everyone else. I would have liked to line up my men before we charged in on the barbarians. Scipianus is up ahead in front of everything. We need those siege equipments to come up here. This is what I was talking about. We have now claimed this building, but we're gonna have to keep fighting it, because we need to claim the center here to be able to win. We've slayed quite a few barbarians here, and they're not really putting up any resistance because, of course, we put them on the lowest difficulty there is, lower than very easy even. Let's go ahead and set up our big siege ballistas and rain down terror on these barbarians. And let's get these Scorpio up. Get your donkey over there. Let's see that. Yes, they automatically start to fire. Set up your Scorpio. I wonder here, maybe we'll accidentally shoot our own people. Fire and stone, blood and death. Now seize their capital building. These barbarians won't stand a chance against the might of Rome. No, leave my catapult alone, you barbarians. And there, we claimed the center building. Now, a number of these buildings will collapse under the pressure of the might of the Roman Empire. But then we'll go ahead and regroup our troops, I think. You don't have to kill everything. Then we're going for the lion, I think. So we've claimed this territory by claiming the center building. And we tear down a load of other buildings. Now let's get our men back in order. And then we'll go ahead and attack, because they have gone ahead and built another town center. Oh, we got a group coming up. Where do we have... I want to send my skirmishers out. Where do we have them? Are they all dead? Where did all my skirmishers go? Let's see. Hero, there they are. I haven't lost a single man, so what am I talking about? Well, I think I lost one man. Form into line. Oh yes, one thing that we need to do is the Roman speciality, which is the testudo. The Astartes, or the Astarte, has lost one man, unless he's back there somewhere. Let's see if we can get everyone. Nope! We didn't lose any one of these. It was just the fact that they had a straggler. Yes, let's have... You can go ahead and skirmish up ahead of the army. But what we want to do is one of Rome's speciality, which is that they can form... Go ahead and form... Formation. Good. They can form... Testudo! Which is right here. Testudo! Which will probably help against attacking a well-defended foe. But we're not really in need of that right now. I wish, though, there was one of those that you can click, like in... what's it called? Cossacks. That you can sort of choose which direction the unit is looking at. We didn't lose a single man. Well, the veteran spearmen seem to have lost a few. No, it's just stragglers there as well. Yes, stragglers there as well. The men do get some experience, but I don't think we have anyone that's gained any experience. Maybe I should try to tear something down. No, let's just go ahead. Forwards! March for Rome! Marching column! Look at that. The Roman army marching. Now let's get those catapults up there. And the donkey man. Now attack the enemy! Slay them! Get the catapults into line and set them up. Mr. Donkey Man, come here with your donkey. Yes. I think we're gonna tear this place down instead of... No, why don't you fire upon this? Mr. Donkey Man, go ahead and fire on the center building. We'll tear it down. See if we set some fire, what happens with it. And the Roman army is really concerned about keeping this under control. It's down to 900 health. The arrows of it isn't really defending at all. Donkey Man is doing well as well. 300 health, or less than 300 health. And the building is down. These will be captured or destroyed due to... Yes, they were destroyed. And now only a few of these bastards remain. Slay them! For the might of the Roman Empire. You have won! Do you want to quit? No, I want to see them march again. I think everyone wants to see them march again. March! March in column! See if we can set up the Roman army. Buildings that end up out here actually turns into just nature, as it say here, Gaia. So I'm not sure, maybe you can take it back. If you build there, you'll get the area. Now we'll have the Roman army march across here. Let's march there. Or maybe just have them line up here. Into positions! All over the place! Scurry about! I wish the troops, though, that they would sort of organize it in that all the... Oh, they did actually organize a bit. In that we got all the Hastati over here, and so on. Where did the Extraordinary go? Did they all die? They were supposed to be extraordinary. Oh, they're in the front. They put them in front of the cavalry. And then Scipio's in front. Let's see if we can have them march a bit. It's a bit wonky here. And it's a bit sort of, it's not very natural when the entire thing has to turn, when it has to go in a straight line. But now the cavalry is at least in front, which looks a lot better. Donkey Man is stopped by a horse. But there we have it. 0 AD. So maybe I'll go ahead and set up a bigger game of this, and I do believe multiplayer is available, so you can go ahead and play that. Or I can go ahead and play that as well to set up another game if you want to see that. We'll see how well this video does, but anyways, I think we'll go ahead and end it right here. So I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.